Welcome, everyone, to our Power Thinking, rejuvenating your amazing mind training for Wednesday, April 29th of last Wednesday in April of 2026. This is our 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time edition. I'm your moderator, Stanley Green, and it is always a pleasure to be with you and to share and reinforce and help you to practice these absolutely essential skills so that you can get stronger in the seven areas that science has indicated will help us bounce back from life's adversities faster. And there are plenty of them, not just with us, but with folks around the world. There's always something happening. I mean, just over the weekend, there was a major event, a press dinner, major newspapers, cable news channels, just journalists together with top administrators of this country and leaders of the world, and something broke out. And all of a sudden, there were people wondering if they were going to live. I mean, it's just that fast that things can happen. You saw where folks were scrambling, other folks were staying calm, but these are the things that happen, and these are the things that we should always be prepared for. Not necessarily the worst of the worst, but anything can happen at any time. It could be just a simple, disagreement with a significant other, to a loss of a job. Last week, Meta announced that they were letting go 8,000 people. I believe they let go about 20,000 over the past couple of years, and another 8,000. This company is one of the top 10 in terms of its market value, the billions of dollars that come in thanks to us, who may use the various platforms like WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram, and they're monetizing all the data that they receive from us. They know everything about us and they monetize it. But they're thriving, but they're laying off 8,000 people. And so these kinds of things are happening all the time. All of a sudden, there's a health issue with a family member or with us. And there are ways that we can push through positively. And it's not just, just push through. But there, after decades of research, 7 strengths identified such that if we are strong in these areas, we can bounce back from any adversity. So it requires retraining our brains. And there are 7 skills. And that's what we're about every week, just reinforcing a skill. All you have to do is plug in and be with us, and you will, over time, have these skills ingrained. But most importantly, get the app. Get our Power Thinking Corp app on Google Play or the Apple Store. We've made the pricing just a no-brainer for you. 1 year, $59.99, 2-week trial, 1-week trial, $9.99 per month. And get on that, because we're going to be helping you reinforce every single day throughout the course of the day through our push notifications, so that you're not just waiting for these sessions. These sessions are logged in or recorded, so they're available through the app within 30 minutes after we do these sessions, and they are you'll actually get take advantage of using the app to attend the sessions as well. You may attend on LinkedIn or YouTube or Twitch, or we X. So various platforms, Facebook, but they're conveniently located in the app, and we have valuable real estate on everyone's phones. And the objective is to get to as many as possible. 6 billion people in the world out of the 8 billion population have smartphones, believe it or not. And we want to be there in each and every one of them. But we'll start with you. So don't miss out on those opportunities to help you retrain your brain on a daily basis through what we do there. Hit that *6. I'd love to get your thoughts on what we focus on today, which is power thinking, resilience, awareness skill. Number three, detecting icebergs. And there are 7 skills that we help you to reinforce each week. They are learning the ABCs, avoiding thinking traps, detecting icebergs, those deep rooted, long held beliefs. And that's our focus today. Detecting these iceberg beliefs, understanding how to detect these deep rooted, long held, below the surface beliefs that are actually holding us back. There are beliefs that are moving us forward, but then there are beliefs that are holding us back. And we need to identify them. And many of us know what they are, but may not be doing anything about them. So, I'd love to get your thoughts about that. We shared a video with you called How to Achieve Lasting Change by Rewriting Your Subconscious Beliefs. And we have Carla Hill on and Leslie Flowers. What are your thoughts as well? And I know they're going to have some great points to share about that. So just by listening to us watching the videos, again, you will notice a difference in how you move forward. So before I go to our phone lines, and I see that Coach Kari Willis has joined us and from Indiana. Great to have you, Coach. And I saw your poll and going to actually jump in and answer the question. I had to think about it a little bit. So you're doing a great job with that. But I wanted to mention that we have a poll with Power Thinking. And the question is, and you can answer this if you'd like on the poll or, over comments on LinkedIn or YouTube, or hit that *6 on your phone line. Do you have deep-rooted, long-held beliefs that should be changed? We have 10 votes already. 50% said yes. They know that they have these deep-rooted, long-held beliefs that should be changed. And 50% said no. Now I'm good. I'm perfect. Everything's great. Now, before I go to the phone lines, and I want to share with you, my wife and I watched the movie Michael. And it's amazing, the generations who are familiar with Michael Jackson and his first big hit, Jackson 5's, he and his brother's first big hit. I was in middle school, then called junior high school, and it was a song called "I Want You Back." And so in the movie, it kind of takes you through your life and all of the different songs and the things that happen. But I want to share with you as we talk about deep-rooted beliefs, and some of you may comment on this. There was a quote that Michael that I took from the movie, where Michael's looking in the mirror, and I shared this. See, this is the thing you're missing out on if you don't have the app, because I shared this quote yesterday and many others throughout the course of the day, affirmations and videos, short videos. So jump on that app and take advantage of this. So here was the quote that struck me, and it was very appropriate for what we're talking about today. He's looking in the mirror and he says, "You're confident, you're strong, you're beautiful, you're the greatest of all time." This is what Michael Jackson said as he looked into the mirror. So, love to get your thoughts about anything. And then, if I can do this, I'm going to share something special from that was just sent to me this morning, 6 minutes long, and it's about a special event coming up. This is from Isaiah Jones. So, let's start with. Let's see who's up first. We'll see who's in the queue first. It is Carla Hill. Carla, thank you for joining us. Mention where you're joining us from and your thoughts about detecting these deep-rooted iceberg beliefs. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, Stanley. Calling from Atlantic City. We'll wait for a few days with my mother and husband.
Wonderful.
And the video, I've seen the video before, but again, the content may not always change, but I do. Right, so hopefully I'm evolving in terms of just receiving what's there. And I love the way you set it up by which of the awareness skills you really set up, proactive skills and defensive skills, awareness skills that we're looking at. So, just being in the profession that I'm in, human resources, career planning, and I see in firing hundreds of people over my career, a lot of that is just not having the belief. Or I look at the companion skill that you talk about, self-efficacy. When I believe what I can really do, because yeah, you can have the affirmations, but if you don't really believe it, it doesn't. We need some sort of evidence, and a lot of what I do with my career planning practice is digging deeper on what's the personality, interests, skills, values, the people that I fired over my career. Most of them are not that people. They're just not designed with what they're supposed to do. And it's really difficult to develop the level of competence that you need to succeed. And I have examples for me. I know I'm very good with people and listening to information about um, careers, and this is what you should be doing, because I have 37 years of lived experience, and plus intrinsically I'm really interested in that, right? So I'm very, very strong in providing guidance if people are willing to listen, or if I'm willing to listen, if people are willing to share, and coming up with guidance towards a purpose, and having a strategy. Whether someone does it or not, that's not my responsibility. But I'm very analytical that way, and there's very few work experiences that I haven't been through. Talk about just the volume of terminations that are happening by email, and it's just a different world, and I don't, it's difficult for people to maneuver that. But on the other side, where I'm not as confident with the technology. Now, looking back, I have to I have to retrain my brain in terms of this conscious. And in the groups that I participate in, I talk about that, right? In terms of updating my website, the technology, calendar, Stripe. Most of software is designed for the user. So, but I have to develop that confidence and that practice, the willingness and the desire to do it.
Yeah.
So I have goals for me, and this video really played into that. But it's practice with any skill. So thank you for sharing it, and thank you for the platform.
Well, thank you, Carla. Well, Carla, before you go, quickly, I know you have an event going, and I believe you have an author coming up. Can you talk a little bit, just quickly, about that and how people can get involved?
Oh, sure. Dr. Ayla Stanford's book, Take Care of Them Like My Own. She's I would say, a local celebrity in Philadelphia in terms of starting responding to a problem with COVID and testing and providing vaccines to people over that year. And she will be reading tomorrow on a virtual book read. So anybody that would like to participate, feel free to reach out to me. But this is a book of resilience now.
Yeah.
I think we're like chapter 17, and the amount of things that she had to overcome to be one. I think she's the only Black female pediatric trained surgeon in the United States.
Wow.
There's other Black female pediatric surgeons, but they've been trained elsewhere. So just hearing her story from coming from North Philadelphia, one of the poorest districts ever, and where she is now, and all the things she had to overcome. But tomorrow she'll be joining the live book read. I believe at 12. Thank you, Stan.
12:15. Okay, so get in touch with Carla, or get in touch with me, and then I can get you connected. So that's great work that you and Jerry are doing there, Carla. So enjoy Atlantic City. We had a comment from, I believe it was Coach Cart Willis, and she says that it is there's room to change your beliefs for the better. There's room to change your beliefs for the better. So in terms of changing beliefs, and that affirmation that I gave you from the Michael Jackson movie, I'm going to attempt to share a video. Before I do, let's go to Leslie Flowers. Leslie, thank you for joining us. Mention where you're joining us from and your thoughts about detecting those iceberg beliefs. Welcome.
Hey, Stanley and Power Thinking family. I'm here in North Carolina, on the East Coast of the United States. And I'm happy to be here. I've got a couple of things to share, not so much questions, maybe thoughtful things. What struck me was these incidents that happen in our past. I know that when we're confused about what is the source of our beliefs, that right, why do we believe that good will happen or bad will happen? And just the audience's sake, that you want to know that there are actual originating incidents that occur. And so if you're confused about what is the source of your anxiety, your fear of poverty, your fear of criticism, look there at around 5 or 6 years old, and it would be an event that repeats itself. It could be being spanked, or being sequestered, or being shunned, or being bullied. And so that's where you'll find that. As far as Michael Jackson goes, for a man who, from all I can gather, and this is my observation, it isn't right or wrong or good or bad, is that his father was pretty hard on him.
Yeah.
And his brother, okay, really, really hard. So this reminds me of my brother. My father was a genius, and nothing was good enough. And they were bullied and browbeaten into submission. Now, that affirmation in the quote you brought up, Stanley, he would have had to have said that so many times to actually have a result of being the greatest. And I think this is what people miss, but Carla pointed it out. It was a lifelong aspiration of his. He repeated it all the time. He looked in the mirror. He had to tell himself this because the strength of our automatic negative beliefs outweighs faith. The last thing I'll leave you with is the distinction between what faith is. And this Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, I am doing Think and Grow Rich, and it will be the second principle of success, which is faith. Everything you need to know to create faith in yourself, faith in the world, faith in whatever. But there's 3 phases to faith as you're looking at, well, why do I have faith in God, but I don't have faith in myself, or I have faith in nature, but not this. You start off with an expectation, which is, it's likely to occur. Okay, so when you begin flipping faith in yourself, and as he began to say those words to himself and really believe it and look into his own eyes, then he had an expectation. Now, after a period of time of doing this consistently, we move into belief, not the way you're explaining it, but Webster's dictionary. Now you have a firm opinion. So practice allows you to go through these 3 phases. The first one is, all right, I'm going to get the world. You do it for a while, and then, all of a sudden, I really do believe that this is going to happen. And that's what Michael Jackson was saying to himself. And ultimately, once you have arrived and you have perfect faith, as in God, or whatever it is, that's when you know that you know that you know it. So I think we all go through this same process. It originates from repetitive, fearful experiences and loving ones. And these automatic negative beliefs, as you have in the picture of the iceberg, they reign. They are in charge. They are the most powerful, and they are negative. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share, and thanks for letting me do that, my friend. I hope you'll come on Friday, and we'll talk about faith.
Yeah, definitely. It should be there Friday, 11 a.m. On LinkedIn Eastern Time. And I sponsor, along with another entity, the Mondays, Mind Over Matter. So, hey, congratulations on getting the additional sponsor, Dr. Farron and Damien. So that's great. All right, Leslie, thank you very much.
Yes.
We're going to move to Gloria Hairston. Gloria, thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Mention where you're joining us from and your thoughts about detecting these deep-rooted beliefs. Welcome.
Hi, Stan and Power Thinking family. I'm Gloria Hairston from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I'm very grateful to be a part of the Winston-Salem Black Chamber of Commerce alongside Stan and Carla. So I just very briefly want to echo what Leslie talked about and what Carla referenced with respect to Michael Jackson. I did also watch that movie.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things that I took from that and those lyrics where Michael said that he's going to make a change for once in his life, I think that he was so infatuated with trying to make everybody happy that he lost his. I think he lost his subconscious feeling that he could be happy too. So I think as Leslie had pointed out, this is something that he had to continue to tell himself to reinforce over and over again. And even though he did that, I think a certain part of him still didn't believe that. So when he referenced, I'm going to make a change and it's going to feel real good, he's going to make a difference, and he's going to make it right, I think that he was finally getting to a place where he could feel good about who he was.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks.
Great point. Great point, Gloria. Thank you very much. And it was just a tremendous movie. And I'm happy to be part of Winston-Salem Black Chamber of Commerce, one of the first partners. We've been partners for a number of years now. But please go out and watch that movie, Michael. Just tremendous. And as we talk about detecting icebergs, you'll get a sense for the iceberg beliefs that he had to break out of. And part of it, now you heard Gloria talk about it. How many of you realize that this song was about him making that change and inspiring other people to make that change, to drill down deep, detect these deep-rooted beliefs that may be holding you back, and then beginning to reprogram not only your subconscious, but most importantly, what you see if you're watching us, that representation of the iceberg, where we have those automatic thoughts at the top of above the surface of the water, but below the surface, there's this incredible mass that we have to deal with, which are our assumptions about ourselves, about the world around us, and then those deep-rooted core beliefs that need to be changed. Now, I'm going to try something. Talk about core beliefs and talking about making a change. I want to see if we can play this video that was just sent to me this morning by one of our members, Isaiah Jones, about something special happening this weekend. So let us see if we can bring that up with me, folks. And if you're on the phones, see if you can go to YouTube, the Power Thinking Corp channel, and let's see if we can kind of experience that video together. It's coming up.
Hey, you.
Let's make it large.
Yes, you. I'm talking to you. I got a question. Do you know Ike and Tommy Lee Jones? Well, just in case you don't, take a look at this quick video. Meanwhile, I'm going to hang out here while you watch. After the video, come back and see me because I have a big announcement.
The world of work is on the main line. The world of survival is in the city of Chester.
40 years after this documentary first aired on PBS in 1986, the call to help young people in the city of Chester remains just as clear and urgent. Tommy Lee Jones answered that call, willing to serve the people she was trying to save, and always leading with love.
You do what you can to survive, and this is what the young people are being told from the day they're born until the day that they die.
Inside this small home on Parker Street in Chester, is where Tommy Lee and her husband, Ike Jones, worked side by side, raising their own children and sometimes their neighbors' children. Both were born and raised in Georgia, but Chester was their lifelong home. It's where they would become eventually community legends.
And it's like living in the jungle. The strong survive, and then the weak perish.
Tommy Lee's community work was featured in a Frontline special on PBS in 1986. She started Youth in Action, an alternative school and program for young first-time offenders. In a city where drugs, violence, and poverty created a dangerous and deadly trifecta, she provided a haven of hope, direction, and inspiration for teens and young adults who felt hopeless and afraid in the small town just south of Philadelphia.
Do the experience a very hard life before they're out of kindergarten or daycare centers.
The couple not only started Youth in Action, but they also opened a food pantry, took children on excursions and trips to various places, provided scholarships for students, grants for small businesses, and housing for the homeless. The list is long, and many of the people on the receiving end of their generosity are still around. They're now educators, business leaders, and elected officials.
502 Parker Street was the place. It was a safe haven for the children in the community.
Chester City Councilwoman and Vice Mayor Portia West says the couple inspired her to run for elected office. She says Tommy Lee's example of community leadership was a guiding light.
She was elegant, dignified, yet strong.
Rasul Pierce recalls how the Joneses stepped in to help him out of a real bad situation.
They came up to the penitentiary and spoke for me and told them what I was doing. And the poor boy, some kind of way, they listened to him and they let me go.
Imam Fareed was a young man looking for direction, and he recalls the tough love he found on Parker Street.
You know that you couldn't play with them, so you couldn't take advantage of them. You had to really pay attention to what they were saying. They loved you, but it's definitely with tough love. And if you got out of line, they would let you know that you got to get back in line.
And Pastor J.T. Harrison, who now owns the building that used to house Youth in Action, like so many others, he remembers walking through the doors day after day.
This is the property where Tommy Lee Jones mentored and did a lot of programs for a lot of young people, even myself, keeping us out of trouble, youth programs, job programs, basketball leagues. It was a lot.
The couple's legacy is rock solid. Now the city of Chester will honor the couple whose quiet dedication helped shape the lives of countless young people with a new street renaming. 502 Parker Street will now be known as Ike and Tommy Lee Jones Way. Both Ike and Tommy Lee Jones have since passed away, but their legacy of service continues to live on through the many young people and families they uplifted for decades.
They've done a lot for the community. You know, their names will never be forgotten. You know, they are legends, you know. That's the Black History thing, you know, because they did do that, you know, and I appreciate it.
Okay, now that you know about my awesome parents, I have some exciting news, man. The city of Chester will be honoring them in a big way. The street outside my mom and dad's house will soon be renamed Ike and Tommy Lee Jones Way. The official ceremony for the honorary street renaming will happen May 2nd at 10 a.m. right in front of their home on 502 Parker Street. We'll have some music along with light food and refreshments, but more importantly, we hope you will come out and help us celebrate. So many people knew and loved my parents, and together we can go back down memory lane, reminiscing about the fun times. Remember the date. It's Saturday, May 2nd at 10 a.m. Hope to see you on Ike and Tommy Lee Jones Way.
All right. So thank you very much for watching that. And Isaiah, if you're with us out there in the audience, thank you for sending that to me. I'm happy that we were able to play it, and all the best. My hope is that I can get there this Saturday, 10 a.m. And Isaiah is continuing the legacy, folks. We are the people who are helping other people, and that's what I am so proud of. You're just not taking in this information for yourself, but you're helping family members, you're helping friends, you're helping the community, and we certainly appreciate it. So thank you for joining us. And remember, since we spend all of our time thinking these 50,000 thoughts a day, we must think with power and utilize power thinking. Folks who are on the phone lines who I did not get the chance to acknowledge, Claudia Naismith, thanks for joining us. Beryl and Del, good to see you. Marie Turner, everyone, Peg Kowalski, good to see you. Janice, I see Damon, good to see you. That's, I believe that's Mr. Hall. Good to see you. Linda Gray, great to see you. Timothy Butts, great to see you as well. Everyone, make it a fantastic day. Hope to see you this evening. We'll talk about AI as it relates to detecting iceberg beliefs. And folks who are with us on YouTube and the various platforms, we appreciate you as well. Thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you again this evening as we have David Jones, and we'll talk about AI as it relates to challenge.